Hey there, and welcome back to my channel. This is Randy. I'm the broker of home and land realty. And today I want to talk about 5 tips to protect and improve your credit. And if you hang around till the end, I have a bonus, especially for folks that have no credit. So stay around till the end for my bonus tip. So tip number 1 is go to annualcreditreport.com and pull a copy of your credit report. This is the official government-sponsored website. It's the only website that you can trust 100%, that won't charge you anything, it won't steal your information, etc. Annualcreditreport.com. There are 3 credit reporting bureaus. There's Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. And federal law requires them to give you a copy of your credit report for free once every year. So if you go once every 4 months to annualcreditreport.com and choose a different credit reporting bureau, you can get 3 credit reports a year, one from each different credit reporting bureau once every 4 months. Just knowing what your credit situation is like, what makes up your credit, will take you a long way to understanding your credit situation. So tip number 2 is pay your bills on time every time. Never be late, not even a day late if you can help it. Now, if you are less than 30 days late, most of the time you will just get a late fee from your creditor. If you are over 30 days late, then they can report that to the credit bureau, and that is a huge ding on your credit score. And you definitely don't want to go past 60 days, and you definitely don't want to go to collections. So you must avoid those at all costs. The best way to do that is to pay your bills on time, every month. Set yourself a reminder, set up automatic payments if you can. Just never be late paying your bills. Tip number 3 is to understand what makes up the components of your credit score. And there are 5 main things that make up the components of your credit score. So tip number 3 has 5 subcategories here. So number 1 is your payment history. This is the most important thing. This goes right back to tip number 2. Pay on time. 35% of your credit score is your payment history. Are you on time? Do you pay late, etc.? How many 30-day lates do you have? How many 60-day lates, etc., etc.? So pay on time. 30% of your credit score is the amount you owe as a ratio or a percentage of the available credit. So say you have $10,000 in available credit on credit cards, and you have $5,000 due, then you have a 50% amount owed ratio. The credit companies like to see you below 30%. So if you had that $10,000 in credit, try to keep your running balance below $3,000 to help improve your credit score. The lower, the better. The next one, which those are the 2 most important things, pay on time and keep your credit balances low. The next one is 15% of your credit score is the length of your credit history. So how long have you had credit cards, car loans, etc. The longer that you have had them, the better score you're going to have. So don't close old accounts. A lot of people will pay off a credit card and then they'll close the account because they don't want to get into credit problems again. It is good to not get into credit problems again, but it's also good to have history with a company. Don't necessarily close old cards. If you have 3 or 4 cards, you might want to close 2 or 3 of them, but keep the one that is the most advantageous to you, that has the lowest interest rate, that's maybe at your local bank, or make a determination personally which one you should keep. But keep at least one that you've had for a long time, keep a low balance on it, make your minimum payments, etc. In direct relation to that is the next one, the 4th component, that's 10% of your credit score, is how much new credit do you have? So are you opening a lot of new cards, taking out a lot of new loans? If the credit companies see you taking out a lot of new credit, then they think maybe you're in some bad financial shape or relying too much on credit to get by. Limit the amount of times you open new credit at stores and credit and banks and whatnot. So, And the last one, another 10%, is your credit mix. What types of credit do you have? Do you have all credit cards? You should probably mix that up a little bit and try to get maybe a car loan in there, just some other things, other types of credit besides just credit cards. And there's lots of different ways to do that. Personal loans, bank loans, car loans. Okay, so that is the tip. The third tip: know what contributes to your credit score. So the fourth tip directly relates back to getting your credit report regularly. Is when you see an error on there, dispute the error. If there is an error on your credit report, you have to dispute it. Don't let that ride. And there are steps you have to go through to do that. The FTC website, Federal Trade Commission website, has information on how to dispute your credit errors. And each Experian, all the different Equifax and TransUnion, they also have information on their websites on how to dispute an error. You definitely want to do that. Don't let an error hang around. And errors happen all the time. Doesn't mean that you made the error. It could be the store made the error, the bank made the error, your creditor made the error. Somebody made an error, but you have to fix it. They're not going to fix it. You have to fix it yourself. And tip number 5 is just beware of scams. Scams are every day, all day. You're getting barraged with potential scams. Don't click on clickbait. Don't fall for easy fixes. We'll fix your credit companies, lower your balances, and get our credit card will lower your balances. All those types of things are all scams that are going to hurt your credit versus help your credit. To reiterate real quick here, annualcreditreport.com. Number 1. Number 2, pay your bills on time. Number 3, know what contributes to your credit score. Number 4, dispute errors. Don't let mistakes ride on your reports, and don't fall for scams. So thanks for hanging around. And since you hung around to the end, this is the bonus tip. And this is especially a good tip for people who have no credit, either younger folks or someone who has never had a loan of any sort or a credit card or anything, and they have a 0 credit score. There are things called starter credit cards you can get. Go to your local bank, and you can get either, if you're a student, you can get a student card. You can get a secured credit card where you put, say, $500 on deposit with them, and then you basically draw against that $500. So you're basically loaning to yourself. Or you can get an unsecured credit card, which you don't have to put any money in. And it's a low balance or a low available amount. Maybe it's a $500 credit card or a $1,000 credit card. Go out and use that once a month. Get 1 tank of gas with it or something like that. Something you're going to spend anyway. Don't go out and buy something you weren't going to buy anyway. But go spend it on gas is probably the simplest thing. Once a month. And then when that bill comes in, pay it all off completely. Do that every month, and pretty soon you will have start to get a credit score established. Another bonus one. This is a bonus to the bonus. If you have someone willing to do this for you and you trust that they have good credit, they can put you on their credit card as an authorized user. Usually it's going to be a parent or a family member, something like that. I think probably it has to be a family member, most likely. But have them put you on as an authorized user. As soon as you are put on their card as an authorized user, your credit gets all the history that they have for that card automatically shows up on your credit report. I've seen a lot of people do that that couldn't qualify for a home loan, got on an authorized user, and a month later they qualified for a home loan. So that is your bonus. I hope this helps. As always, my contact information's right down here somewhere at the bottom of the screen. Reach out to me. I'm happy to answer questions. Have a great day, and thanks for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.